What's up, everybody? I'm Seth with MK Carpet Cleaning, and the video you're about to see is of us cleaning a church. And the church is around 8,000 square feet. We're just cleaning the sanctuary, and it took quite a while. It took us about 6 hours to clean it. We used hot water extraction because the previous cleanings had all been done with low moisture cleaning, so we figured it's probably time for a hot water extraction. And the carpets came out looking great. We used a new tool called the CX15. It's not really a new tool, it's been out for a while, but it's new to us. And we tested it out, tried it. We like it. It's a good tool. We're going to tell you what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it also. And got my Mitchell's lawn care t-shirt. If you look them up on YouTube, they got a lot of great content, not just lawn care stuff. They also talk about some business aspects too. So give them a look up, Mitchell's Lawn Care LLC. And as always, tell us what you think about the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and leave a comment. Tell us what you think about the CX15 if you've used it before or if you're thinking about getting it. And like I said, we'll be honest. We'll answer any questions you have. And again, thanks for watching. Alright, so as you can see, there is a ton of coffee stains, especially right here in the side entryway. We actually parked on the side and coming in one of the emergency exits. It was a lot easier to come in that way than coming around and using a bunch of hose coming in through the hallway. But anyway, as you can see, just this type of carpet and the combination of coffee being spilled onto the carpet really shows them quite well. And a lot of those stains, like that one right there we just passed, are older. They've been there for quite a while. And so initially we weren't sure how well they would come out, but we were pleasantly surprised with how well they did come out. For these carpets we used Sager's Code Red, and it'll be in the description. If you click on there, you'll be able to find it. And we boosted it with a little bit of Harvard's soy booster, just because there was a little bit of grease too. And I think I'll mention this later on in the video, but just in case I didn't, for these stains here, before we actually started even cleaning, we pre-treated them with a coffee stain remover, and some of the other stains we treated with peroxide too, just depending on how new they were. And that combination worked really well. It helped lighten them up a little bit. It didn't take them out completely, but again, if you go to the end of the video, you'll get to see just how much better it looks. But anyway, just stay tuned, and hopefully you enjoy the video. Alright, so here is the CX15 by Hydroforce in action. Now this is a 15-inch tool that has a spinning tool underneath the shell, and supposedly it spins 4,000 revolutions, I want to say, per minute. That may be an exaggeration. Don't quote me on that 100%. I just remember somebody saying something about 4,000 revolutions. So my assumption would be that that would be 4,000 revolutions per minute, but that does seem a little high thinking about it, so that may not be exactly right. Don't quote me on that. Now, let's talk about what we like about it. Well, what I really like about it is the fact that this is a lot faster than using a traditional wand. The fact that you get to make these long strokes going all the way back is really nice. And the fact that you don't have to do a dry stroke, or they claim you don't have to do a dry stroke, really speeds up the process. And like I said, you can make some really long strokes and make a lot of headway with it. That's one thing we like about it. The fact that it's a lot wider than most wands. I think it's 15 inches. That's really nice. The fact that that shell casing that it has, that has the spinner in it, cleans better than obviously jets that are just pointed downward and are not spinning. And it also traps the heat quite well. If you raise that CX15 up while you got the trigger pulled, if you have a good heater or a good heat exchange type of heater, you'll be pretty impressed with how well it just traps that heat and really keeps it from escaping out the sides. It has really good suction on it. That's another good benefit to it. And it's lightweight. It's only 11 pounds, so that's a real big plus to it. You don't have to worry about that carrying it up steps and stuff. What we don't like about it, one of the most obvious things is the fact that you can only go forward. You can only go backwards. I'm sorry, you can't go forwards. That's kind of it's just not as efficient in comparison to something like a zipper. You know, a zipper you can go forward and back. So that's probably one of the biggest disadvantages to it.
Yeah, just pull the trigger.
Another disadvantage, something I don't really care for, is the fact you really got to pay attention, because if you lean back too much, what happens is it raises up the unit, and you got to go back forward again and go over the spot you just went over. The fact that the vacuum slot is on the front, whenever you get, it's not that big of a deal, but it's just a little thing we don't like, is when you get to the end of where you're cleaning at, you have to release the trigger and then go back at least 6 inches, or else you'll leave a water mark, a spin mark, etc. So, other than that, I mean, this is a really great tool. We borrowed this from someone to use, and just to try it out. And also, we knew we had this big church. We wanted something that would go a little faster. I'm very pleased with it. It's a pretty inexpensive tool compared to other tools, and it does a really good job. Like I said, I don't think you'd be disappointed with it. I know there's some people who hate it, and it's not as popular, but I don't think it gets the credit it deserves. Now again, if you compare it to a zipper, the biggest disadvantage is the fact that it can't go forward, and I think you'll probably be quicker with the zipper. And I've used the zipper before helping out someone, and it is a really good tool. And it does seem to have really good recovery, and I think the weight of it really helps out a lot too. So, but again, back to the CX15, this is definitely a tool that we recommend. I think it's a great tool. I think it's worth the money to get. It does what it's supposed to do, and it does it quite well. So anyway, that's our 2 cents on it. If you got any questions, feel free to ask us, or if you want to make any comments, feel free to do that too. Like I said, if you're considering getting it, good tool to get. All right, we are finished, and as you can tell, if you remember the initial walkthrough, just how dirty these carpets were, they look a ton better. A lot of these coffee stains are gone. A lot of the ones that didn't go away, the ones that have been there for years, are a lot lighter, and just looks a lot better overall. It was looking pretty bad before we cleaned it. And that noise you're hearing is my shoe covers shuffling on the carpet. We were pretty tired after this job. We didn't realize just exactly how long it was going to take us. I guessed 4 to 5 hours. It actually took right at 6.5 hours. Which again, if we didn't have that CX15 tool, we would probably still be there cleaning for another hour or two. So it's definitely a worthwhile investment if you do a lot of commercial carpet. And again, if we had to choose between the two, if we were going to go out and buy one, I probably would get the zipper just because of the fact that you can go forward and backwards. But again, I would definitely not have any problem picking up one of these tools if I found it for a reasonable price, or if you were doing a lot of filthy, disgusting carpet where you needed the spinner. But anyway, like I said, this is a great tool. We enjoyed it. We're going to be using it a lot more on a lot of jobs. And yeah, we're glad we had it today. But anyway, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one.